Hi everyone, welcome back to Berich Podcast. This is a Q&A session. Thanks for showing the interest in Q&A session. And a lot of viewers are posting questions regarding investment. And if we answer that question, it not only answers that particular person, and it is overall informative for the viewers who are watching this video. So as of today, the first question is, how often do we need to analyze our portfolio and offload the stocks which are not performing well? So the second question in this, how to find early that the company we hold is not going to perform well in the future.
Okay, first rule, if you are a value investor and you have been listening to Anand and reading Peter Lynch and all these guys, you should not be investing in more than 5 to 8 companies, right?
Okay.
So that's rule number 1. Let's get that cleared. So we're only talking about 5 to 8 companies in your portfolio. If you're doing more than that, then you'll find doing what I'm saying very hard to do. As a value investor, that's all you need to do. Even if you look at Anand's so-called Patas list, he's only got at any time 5 to 6 companies. He keeps on talking over and over again. You guys find it very boring that he's only saying the same thing. Every time you guys want
new companies,
every day we should give you like a food menu. You find it very boring. You should have 100 items. That, unfortunately, value investing is very boring, and it's not like that. And usually you buy it and you sit on it and you forget about it. So the reason why I'm saying 5 to 8 companies is the way you guys read news and track news about the economy and the finance and all that is not the right way. In the sense that there's no point sitting and reading the Mint newspaper. There's no point sitting and reading Economic Times. No point. You are only concerned about the 5 companies, right? It's like you worrying about every child in your colony or in your area about their marks and their grades. Why? Who cares if the neighbor's son is studying well or not studying well? No concern of yours. If I ask you to do that, you think I'm stupid to ask you to do that. You should only be worried about your child's exam and how well he's doing. And you only have maximum 2 or 3 children in your house to worry about. So if you look at it like that, the same principle applies to investing and tracking news. So it gets much easier when I say this, because now you have 5 companies you're tracking, which you're investing in. So you read news which are related to those 5 companies. Anything other than that is just noise. If you're hearing about Russia invading Ukraine, some catastrophe is going to happen, that's just noise. Fed is doing something up and down with interest rate, it's noise. Gold is fluctuating up and down, it's noise. Because you have decided these 5 companies, ITC or Cognizant or Infosys or Wipro, whatever, those 5 companies, one pharma, one this, one that, Reliance. So anything related to those companies is news, right? And you're tracking that information only. And before you decide to put any money into any of these companies, you have done full research. You know when the company started, how it's been performing, what it's been doing. So you are fairly confident about this. And you've been slowly putting tiffin coffee over a period of time in building. So that way, the second question is what I'm getting to first. Knowing when the company is not doing well and all that, you should know. It is not something that comes out of the blue. If it is coming out of the blue, then you're not a value investor. You're speculating. You're just looking at Anand's Patas list and putting some money. Then I'm too busy with my life. Who cares? Then suddenly I see it one day. Oh my God, no one told me. Okay, so that is the problem. So it is a habit which you need to form, where you're tracking these 4 or 5 companies, and it should be a joy doing it. If it is not a joy and it's very painful doing it for you, please do not do buying 5, 6 companies. Just do passive investing, and long term you'll be fine. Like I said, there's only so much money you need. And you need to know that money which you want to arrive at. And you find out the quickest way to reach that and then be happy. Don't worry about the rest of it. The rest is noise. Now, the first question I'll answer now, which is how often do I have to keep on checking my portfolio? Once a year.
Oh, that's it.
Once a year. Once a year.
We'll be checking daily.
Why? It's like checking daily to see if you have your toes on your foot. You don't.
It is going to be there.
Exactly. And if you're tracking the news, you don't need to keep checking your portfolio. Why are you checking your portfolio? The stock which you bought is there. No one is going to steal it. If someone is stealing it, you will get an SMS. You will be notified that it's been stolen because it'll say those shares left your account. You will immediately know. Right? So you don't need to check. You don't need to check your portfolio to buy shares also. You don't need to know how many shares you have. All that only comes into question. There's some news has come about the company and you need to sell it. Let's say you find out you've been owning a company, Arun Medical Store. We'll make it Arun now. From Kesar, we've gone to Arun's Medical Store. Arun's Medical Store, you're owning the share. Arun's been running the company for 15 years. Based on that, you've been investing. Now Arun has gone kaput and his daughter is taking over. Her name is Gayatri and she's going to run the company. Then you have a cause to worry. Now you have to see how Gayatri does. And you read news that Gayatri is doing some stupid things with the company's money. Then you need to log on and check immediately. Then you check. Then you have a reason to open the portfolio and check. Other than that, there's no news about the companies you're invested in. Once a year, log on, check, see how you're doing, how the share is doing. Okay, this year, you do right before New Year, so you can feel good. I made 2% in this company, I made 10% in that company. And trust me, out of 8 companies you have invested, 4 to 5 companies you have done well, 3 companies you have not done so well, then you're doing fantastic. Very few people.
Should we keep that remaining 3 companies also?
Yes,
should we sell
because long term. Even Warren Buffett has made mistakes. But you wait and watch. If there's a reason to sell, you feel, let's say you made a mistake. Why have you made a mistake? Because the company business idea was wrong? Then sell. Is the sector itself was wrong? You didn't study the sector correctly? You didn't listen to Anand's advice and you invested in a company which relies payment from the government. Let's say I invest in a solar panel company. It's selling to the government of India. Government of India, you know how payments are. So the companies become sick because of payment problems. Now I made a mistake, get out of it. But if there's no reason,
change of promoters.
There's a reason. If it's only because it's a cycle, all businesses run in a cycle. Right now, the business cycle is such that it's going to take 2 years for it to recover. That cycle of that and thing is there, then it will boom again. Let's say, for example, you bought ITC at 400 rupees. Now it's gone to 200 rupees. No, you should not sell it because it's a cycle. Eventually, ITC will recover and go even past 400, go to maybe 800,000. But you should have the confidence of that. If you don't have the confidence, do not be investing because you do not know what you're doing. And if you do not know what you're doing, best is just invest passively. Like I said, you believe in Indian economy, Indian country, Indian people, invest passively in the Nifty 50 and forget about it. And in 10 years time, 15 years time, like I've seen any graphs showing so many multiple graphs, you will make money. Of course, there are outliers who will argue, sir, look at Japan, 40 years. Hey, it happens. Car accidents happen. No one gets in the car in the morning in a bike or a car and says, I'm going to have an accident today. Happens. That time you have to find out what to do and take those remedial actions.
And the last thing is, long-term investment is all about patience, and we hear a lot of news. You said that you should ignore all the news and just keep investing. But we tend to listen to the news and check if the stock is perfect.
I did not say ignore all news. I said ignore all news which is not about your company. If it is about your company, please do not ignore it, read it. Most of you who invest don't even bother reading the annual report, which is the most important news, because you guys find it too boring. Lots of you have commented to me privately on Instagram saying, sir, it is 40 pages, it is 100 pages. How can we read it? Can you just tell me if there's anything important? If you're like that lazy, then don't invest.
So I hope that this video was informative and the person who has asked the question got clarified with his doubts. So keep posting the comments. We'll answer them in the upcoming videos. If you like this video and found it informative, please like it and share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel for more videos. See you in another episode with an interesting topic. Thanks for watching the video.
Thank you.